Many people start their record labels based on how this business is ran and the over-glorified get-rich-quick element of it all, even though that's far from the truth. We got to address some things here before we move into how we're not going to fail in 6 months. We got to address our startup cost, or our startup capital, and our startup funds, okay? Then we got to move into our mode of operation, and then we also have to move into our connections for leverage, all right? Because many of you all don't have connections right now and you're just getting started. So we got to address that. All of this is going to put you in a position to have a great head start and also let your artists have a great head start as well. Plus, you won't be so lost about what to do next. Now, if you're just getting started, I don't want you to take your foot off the gas just yet. I mean, discouragement is not what we want. But at the same time, you're going to need this organization if you want to move forward, because things don't get easier. They just get more complex as we move forward. Now, I'm not even going to go down the road of what we know is on the other end if we keep this up. We don't even have to do that. Okay, let's just get this thing on track. As you all know, my name is Casey Graham, and this is the Music Money Makeover Show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. This will be a little bit of a lengthy episode, as I'm quite sure you would enjoy that more than my 3 to 4 minute episodes. And I'm working on making these a little bit longer. I just like to get straight to the point, as many of you all like me to get straight to the point as well. So let's go ahead and hop right in. Now, we got to talk about our startup funds, and I mean a minimum of 10K. Now, before you even just say, whoa, Case, well, I'm just, what? We getting started for little or nothing. No, what I mean is, it's going to take us about 10K to get things going. And that's whether you have $10,000 in cash on hand, or you're going to expend $10,000 in cash over the next 12 months. Either or, this 10K has got to come from somewhere, and it's going to happen. Now, that's not all the money that you're going to need, but it's enough startup capital to get, let's say, a do-it-yourself record label off the ground, or maybe one artist with one manager off the ground. All right, this is real bootstrapping budget right here. Okay, like I said, you're not going to spend this 10 grand all at one time. This is going to be expended out over the course of 12 months. Now, we're going to need to draw up a budget on what we're going to need to get started building the structure out. And of course, if you have my 60-day label book, you already know, and you're already aware of the cost that you are incurring right now at this moment if you've gone through that. We also got a budget for contracts if you are a do-it-yourself artist. The one contract that you need is a producer agreement. We've talked about this on the channel before. If you're a manager or you're an artist that has a manager with you, you all decided to come together, you will need a management agreement in place. I don't care, you know, how close you are, you still need to get some things organized together with each other so you all don't step on each other's toes, or as the money starts to roll in, you all don't get upset with each other if something goes awry. Okay, so you're gonna need something for that. And then also you may need a recording agreement mixed in with that manager agreement, or you just need to make sure in that manager agreement you state that, hey, this isn't a record deal, you're just managing me, and you're technically an employee, but I'm paying you on 15-20%. And then lastly, we're going to have to draw up a budget for our album promotional materials, and then the promotional lanes that we're going to choose to push our content through and our music through. All right, so you got a lot of budgeting to do here for this initial $10,000 that you're going to spend. I know it's a lot, but it really, it can go really fast. All right, now we got to tackle our mode of operations and structure. Now, artists, I know you're very creative. You don't really want to get involved with the business side, but the business side of things is how you're going to run. I mean, that's how you're going to grow. That's just what it is, okay? If a carpenter makes a chair and he wants to sell that chair, he first starts as a side hustle, then it grows into a business, and he has to get some things together. If you have a hairstylist and she is styling hair on the side, but then eventually her client list grows so big due to her demand on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, she has to turn that into a business. Now, both of these people are artists in their own right. This one styles hair, this one makes chairs. A furniture designer, a hairstylist. They had to formulate businesses. Let's just say they used social media, it blew their hustle up to a business, and they had to formulate the business. What makes you any different? That you want to sit in your studio and craft your own stuff. So we gotta get this stuff together as a business. Turn your hustle into a business. The LLC that you create, or if you got my 60-day label book, the LLC you create will require an operating agreement. This will let you know how you're going to operate the business. You're going to need to employ people, all right? And these people can either be officers of the business themselves, or they can be owners of the business. And that's a big thing that LLC operating agreement will dictate. I won't go too much into that on this video. Now, for those of you all who aren't do-it-yourself record labels or artists, do-it-yourself artist record labels, you're going to need that recording agreement that I previously just talked about, okay? This recording agreement right here will actually put you in a position to sign people the way you want to sign them. It is your duty as a record label to understand how your record label contract works for you. Because if you don't, then why are you in business? You don't even know how your business runs. You don't know how the money comes into the business and leaves the business. Therefore, you must understand your contract in full so that when you put these contracts in front of artists, you know the type of deal that you're making. And I'm sorry if it's too complicated, or I'm sorry that if you have to take the time to go learn this stuff and you couldn't start as fast as you want to. I'm telling you, I'm trying to prevent you from failing in the first 6 months. And I see it time and time again, so I won't dig in too much to that wound. Let's keep going. Now, if you are signing artists, then you got to put together a staff, all right? Now, either this staff is going to work in-house for you, or you're going to hire out for these people. You may be the president and vice president of your label, but you're going to need a scout. You're going to need an A&R. This is what those in real estate would call a bird dog. They go out and they find the deals for you, and then they bring them back to you, the president, and then you decide if you want the deal or not, okay? And they can do the same for producers and writers for the artists that you decide to sign, okay? So you're going to need a scout. You're going to need that person. You can hire out. You can have them on board as your team, but you want to get good quality artists, not just anybody or somebody you know down the street or yada, yada, yada. Then you're going to need a marketing department. If you hire out, it's totally fine. People do it all the time. They outsource the marketing. Just make sure that you find a good company to work with. Then you're going to need a promotions company. I've been saying on this channel, but I'm going to say it again. Marketing is totally different from promotions. If you want a marketing plan, you can come to me. It's totally fine. I'll work out one with you. It is not as easy as just getting on a phone call. It's a little bit more detailed. Marketing is 100% different than a promotion staff, crew, department, whatever. All right? Marketing is getting the market right and where you're going to place yourself. Promotions are the vehicles that you're going to use to get your message and your product out to the people. One is the plan, one is the action. Okay? So you're going to need that promotions department. And you're also going to need a sales department, because once the promotions department is done, that sales department has to work in tandem with them, and even after the promotional run is over, to keep selling the catalog that you have. Any type of thing that can sell the record itself, you're going to need a sales department for this, and you'll probably hire somebody within to make this happen, and it's probably going to be you and one more person working with you. Now, I don't want to go on a tangent here. I told you this is going to be a little bit of a longer episode, trying to extend these and give you a little bit more information. Let's keep going. Our last step here is connections for leverage. And I just mentioned a lot of people that you're going to need to either outsource or hire in-house. And with that being said, you're going to need great quality connections for the people that you outsource or the people that you plan on employing. Those people are going to have connections as well, so you want to vet them for that, okay? Because without those connections, you don't really move too far past the point of where you are right now. And if you don't have any, then you hire out and they don't have any, you just wasted money. Therefore, with all this being said, half of this can be done. Some of your battle can be done if you book a call with me and we go through the marketing together. Now, this can't be done on a 1-hour call. That's why I have a growth marketing thing on the actual website. It's totally different from the calls. I'm just throwing it in there. But if you do want to get your record label started, you can always grab the 60-day record label book on my site as well. Our ultimate goal is getting off the ground a whole lot quicker than what you're doing right now. 9 times out of 10, I bet that it has everything to do with your structure and what you're doing. So we're going to fix that. Remember, we got to start with some startup capital. We also got to have these connections that we just talked about. And we also got to understand what's our mode of operation and how we will operate through operating agreements and contracts. With all 3 of those together, it creates a trifecta. You can totally succeed or start to have success from that. I can totally see you going from $0 a month to $1,000 a month to 3 to 5 to 10, 20, and on up the ladder. It is totally possible. But like I said in the very beginning of this video, things get complex. They don't get easier. They just get more complex. And if your structure isn't right from the beginning, as things begin to add on and pile on top, you have to keep things structured in order for the money to flow faster and quicker and in more abundance. Okay? With all that being said, you already know if you make music, you should make money. This is the Music Money Makeover Show. Visit musicmoneymakeover.com and I'll see you next time. Peace.